Another day goes by, another million tears. I don't wanna cry no more. I don't wanna cry, I don't wanna cry no more. I don't wanna cry, I don't wanna cry no more. Question if I really love myself. Do my best with the hand I'm dealt. Hard times take a toll on me. Let the smoke take control of me.
Yo, what's good, y'all? You tapped in, you already know who I am. If not, my name is Caleb Jarrell, and we back with another video. Ain't even gonna cap, it's been a minute, but we ain't even gonna get into that really. September was hitting me like, we here, so that means we made it, we still pushing it, still going. But the crazy thing about last month is, last month I was getting hit with a whole bunch of stuff, and not even only me, like people that was connected to me, like close family and different things like that. It seemed like a lot of us was starting to go through stuff, and even like my business partners or different people that kind of support me and I support them. Like everybody was low-key getting hit with different things just out the blue. So I didn't have a truck for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I was running to work every day. I could have caught a ride and different things like that, but the weather was straight, so it was like a 3-mile run type of thing. So I didn't feel like I needed to really just rely on somebody, and I feel like sometimes that's a good thing, but a lot of times that could be a bad thing, because it could be like my independence is kind of underlining like a sort of pride type of thing. Like I be kind of too prideful to ask for help, or I've realized like recently that sometimes I just don't know how to ask for help, being that I'm real independent. So that's one thing that's kind of been hitting me, that I feel like I can work on. But like I said, like I was running to work every week, every day, really just kind of using the time to accept what I was going through, instead of like having a bad mentality or bad perspective towards it. And through that whole time, like I feel like it was low-key teaching me patience and just being present, because me thinking I'm just gonna have the truck going for like 3 to 4 days and it turned into like 2 weeks, it kind of showed me that I wasn't in control of anything. And whole time like I was praying and different things like that, but also working on myself still, making sure that I still do the things that I do on a normal, and even cleaning up some of the stuff that I wasn't doing that I should have been doing. It put me back into doing that. So I feel like it was a good thing that I went through. But the biggest thing I got of that was just being present and being somebody. Like for y'all that don't know, that may be new to my channel, I'm 20 years old. So in this year I've accomplished a lot. I've done a lot, not just by my own work, of course, by God helping different things like that, and Him guide me in different things. But I've accomplished a lot, as far as my character growing, as far as the physical things that you can see, that I've obtained, and different things like that. So it's like I'm always somebody that's going to the next thing. Once I accomplish something, I'm like, okay, what's next? I don't like to sit in it. I don't like to dwell on it too much. I don't like to, half the time I barely like celebrate it, honestly. So it's like I do it and boom, I'm on to the next thing. And it's a cool thing to have when you're ambitious. It's cool and different things like that. I never knock it. But the downside on that is like you don't never feel like you're doing enough. And I feel like that's a bad position that I be in, because I don't give my time to just be, I don't give myself time to just be present and focus on what I just did or the things that I'm working on now. So that's one thing that I've been learning for sure. It's just learning how to be present in what I got going on today and not thinking about tomorrow or the next week or the next month. Different things like that. I can just focus on what I need to do today. And I feel like that time with me not having my truck, with it being in the shop, it really just was a point of time where I was just being present on what I could focus on. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things that I done learned at my age right now. I ain't even gonna cap though. I'm the type of person, bro, I like listening to people, I like talking to people, I like podcasts. So a lot of times, bro, I don't even too much have a video to do that kind of play a part in why I haven't posted in a minute. But also just me being busy and a little bit of being lazy too. I keep it a buck. But a lot of times, like, it just be little videos that I like to sit down and talk. The whole time I don't really too much trip about the views. I just really kind of do this so I can go back and listen to it myself. And a lot of times it'd be like encouraging or motivating for me to go back and see like, oh, that was something that I was dealing with back then, or something that I did good back then and I'm tripping on it again, or I feel like it's trying to come back up, and then I kind of know how I settled it or handled the situation in my past. So me talking to y'all is me talking to myself all the time, basically is what I'm saying. But it's been a lot of stuff that I done learned since I done moved out on my own. In the next 2 months, it'll make 2 years. It'll make my first year that I've been in my spot on my own. So like I said, there's been a whole lot that I haven't been learning. Last month made my first full year as a self-employed person, self-employed barber. Just completely working for myself. So, and it's been a good year for sure. It's been ups and downs. It's been a whole lot of learning processes of just learning the business, learning the in and outs. And I can't complain because I'm in a position that a lot of people would like to be in. But it really just fall down to my decisions and my choices. And a lot of times, bro, you don't have to learn from your own mistakes. A lot of times you can learn from the people that's around you, the environment that you're around, and take it as like, nah, I don't want to be in this position, and do the total opposite, or figure out what it is that you need to do to get to where you want to be, and you can do that. And when you apply it over the course of time, it'll like fall in place for you. I don't never talk like I'm better than nobody. I don't never feel like I'm better than nobody. I feel like I'm a reserved type of person, so I don't boast on myself and boast on things that I do. A lot of people do that for me, and I too much don't even like hearing it a whole lot, because I don't feel like getting the big head or start to want to like treat people different. And I don't feel like I'm just anybody worth always talking about. I don't really too much care to be the main topic and nothing like that. I'm always like to myself. I'm a cool person to be around. Like I said, I don't never treat nobody like I'm better than them at all. You'll never know the things that I do because I don't just say it. Like, it's no reason for me to just up and tell you things that I do. But I always treat people like I can. Literally, I was just at the park the other day, and a 60-year-old man, white man at that, pretty much stopped me. Nah, he didn't even stop me, but we was walking and he walked past me. And we had a whole conversation for like a whole hour and a half. And the whole time at the end of the conversation, bro was like, if you ever want to travel, hit me up because I pay for everything. Because I like the vibe and different things like that. So it was like, bro, the whole time last year, like I was a completely different person. I probably wouldn't even spoke to him. But this year is like, my character didn't change. I didn't been able to talk to other people. I didn't been able to relate to people. So it's like, I could see the growth in myself and the growth in my mentality and different things. Like, one of the first main things that I learned is just the importance of having a routine. Whether that's a morning routine, whether it's a night routine, whether it's a workout routine, whatever it is, you need to have something that you like. I'm not even saying you have to do this. It's just stuff that I recommend, stuff that help me out throughout my day. Like, if I don't feel like I get nothing else done, if I get my morning routine done, if I get my workout routine done, I feel straight throughout the day. Something I got from Jerry Flowers off his Therapy Thursday video is pouring into your peers, which is taking time and being intentional to pour into your physical, your intellectual, your emotional, your recreational, and your spiritual. So if you hit all 5 of them, you should be straight throughout the day, like, because you being intentional with yourself, you being intentional with growing, you being intentional with pouring into the stuff that you actually need. So sometimes I ain't gonna cap, it'd be hard for me to find recreational things to do just for fun, but a lot of times my fun is just chilling at the crib, being around people that I feel like I'm close to, maybe shopping, different things like that. But it's just finding a routine, finding something that you can do every day and sticking to it. And over the course of time, you'll start to see that your mental will get better or your physical will get better and different things like that. Problem is, a lot of people want like quick results, and life don't too much work like that. You gotta stick stuff out. You gotta endure. Even talk about that in the Bible. Like, even though that's something I've been trying to work on, reading more. I'm not perfect. Like, I'd be lying to y'all if I said I read the Bible every day. I might read it once or twice a week, and I'm gonna keep it a book. And it's something I need to work on. But for sure, I know they talk about just enduring through trials and different things like that. So you gotta learn how to endure. You gotta learn how to go through things. You gotta learn how to be consistent and disciplined. And I'm not saying I do all this stuff to a T, but I do try to do the best that I can to stick to it. One thing you will probably want to check for sure on the daily, like a whole lot, is just your inner circle. Like the people you surround yourself around, the people you allow to be in your ear, the people that you give your time to, your energy to, because they play a whole important part in the growth that you're gonna have. They'll either pull you down in a negative place, or y'all will be people that help each other. And that's really just to sum that up. And I feel like I'm at a place right now where I have a good friend group. I have good mentors. I have good people that's surrounded around me, whether I'm leading them or whether we helping each other or they just kind of helping me as far as like being a mentor type of thing. I feel like I'm in a good position right now. One thing I will say that's very important is boundaries. People will get upset at you for having boundaries. I'm not even gonna say they'll get upset, but people will feel some type of way about you having boundaries or not even understand your boundaries because of their lack of boundaries. And that's been one of the hardest things that I've had to accept, is because a lot of people, they may not try to make it come off as this, but it's like they look down on me because of the boundaries that I set for myself, because of the things that I will and want to accept in my life. And it's like they want me to accept that they have a lack of boundaries, so that I need to apply or loosen up on the boundaries that I have. And that's not the case. That's not what I'm going to do. So a lot of the times I'm the type of person where I'm going to be like, this is what I expect, this is how it is, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to come into my life and follow that. And if that's not something that you're willing to do, or you feel like it's hard for you to do, then that's fine. I'm not going to force you to be around. I'm not going to force you to follow the different things that I feel like I have set in my life, because I want to protect my peace. I want to protect my trust. I want to protect everything that I've gained. It's just people not finna come into my life and mess it up because of their lack of boundaries. And I think once you start healing and you start growing, you'll recognize that it's important to have boundaries on teaching people how to treat you. And that's something that's really important. Probably one of the biggest things that I've learned is just standing on your boundaries, standing on your principles, standing on what you believe, standing on who you are and what you do. I think this is really important, because can't nobody knock you off your throne. Can't nobody knock you off being 10 toes with what you believe and what you do and who you are as a person. And that's one of the only things that you really own in life for real, is just being you, being yourself. So I seen a post on Instagram the other day that I posted on my story, and the dude that posted, he was like, me being nonchalant isn't me not caring. It's me just accepting things for what it is and not letting it knock my character or put me out of character. And growing up, I always would hear that I'm nonchalant. I still hear it now to this day. And I used to think it was a bad thing, but I never changed it, because yes, I can care, but at the same time, I'm not gonna let what somebody else do affect who I am and what I believe in. I'm not gonna let it affect my day. I'm not gonna let it affect my feelings. I'm not gonna just have it upset me for so long to where I'm just out the loop to where I can't function, different things like that. I feel like it's real dangerous if you allow somebody and other people to be able to control what you do and how you feel. Of course, you're gonna have feelings. You're human. You're gonna go through certain things. You're gonna feel it, but that don't mean you have to respond to it like the way that most people do. It don't mean you have to react the same way that most people might. And I will say the biggest thing that I've learned, and I've probably been saying the biggest thing for like every thing that I done listed, but that lets you know how important everything has been to me. But it's really just being disciplined, staying consistent, staying focused on what you want to do as a person. Like when you have a definitive purpose, I think that's how you say the word. I got it out of a book that I was reading. When you focused and you know what you want to do in life, once you find that, the next step is just finding out what you need to do to get there. Everything else either gonna be a distraction or it's gonna be an asset to you becoming and you being, or you going to what you need to do or where you need to be, any of that. So if you got a group of friends that's not on the same type of wave, you can start to weed out different people that try to come into your life and different things. They have things that's like tangible that can help you, because relationships should be beneficial on both parties. You can keep them around if they're an asset, if they help you focus, if they help you grow, if they somebody that's gonna tell you what it is and how it is and not care how you take it. That's people you need to keep around. That's people that really actually have love for you. That's people that's not gonna accept you to not grow. They're not gonna accept you to stay in the same place that you've been in, staying stuck, staying stagnated, different things like that. They gonna be the people that actually help you grow. And a lot of times, if you come across the right people, they'll be a mirror for you. So they'll be able to tell you about yourself. They'll be able to talk to you in a way that you can understand and see their perspective from. And I feel like that's one of the things that I've come across, being that I done met somebody and different things like that. Is just they've been a mirror for me. It's been somebody that can help me grow, somebody that can kind of point out my flaws that I didn't even know I had for real. And I can actually take it from them and be like, dang, they actually telling me this to help me, to better me, not to put me down, not to talk about me, not to think less of me. They actually want me to be better and do better. So you have to get people that's keeping you disciplined, people that help you stay disciplined, people that help you stay focused and on the right track. Like, discipline can fall in so many areas too, and that's the crazy thing about it, is because, bro, when it comes to working out and all of that, because I've been doing this for so long, I've been doing this since playing sports in high school and middle school, elementary, different things like this. So some form of working out has always been a part of me. So that's something that I have no issue doing, working out every day that I need to work out. But when it comes to maybe like eating right, or when it comes to being disciplined with money, different things like that, it's like, if I can focus on it in 1 to 2 areas, it can fall in every other area. And I promise you, it'll help you so much, because it's like, one thing that I watched the other day on YouTube, it's like, being disciplined is just doing what you need to do when you need to do it, or it's doing what you don't need to do. How do you say it? Hold on. Bro was like, discipline is just doing what I'm supposed to do when I need to do it, and not doing what I'm not supposed to do. I don't know, bro, but it was something like that. Y'all get what I'm saying. But the whole time, that's what he was talking about, and that's really all it is. But the hard part is, it's just getting disciplined in one area, then getting disciplined in another area. And when you somebody that's so busy, it can be like kind of difficult to do it. But the more you can focus on it in a couple areas, the more it'll fall to every aspect of your life. And once you get the discipline, you have to be consistent with it. So that'll allow you to grow and to be who you're supposed to be and all that. But for the most part, that's really all I got to talk about. If you stayed to the end of the video, I appreciate you for sure. But like I said, this is just somebody or something that I would really do for myself. Like, the way I'm speaking to y'all is how I speak to myself. It's how I help myself. Different things like that. So if it helped you, then cool. But make sure y'all tap in with the next video. I'm gonna probably try to get it out as soon as possible. Don't count on it though, but I'm gonna try to be a little bit more consistent for sure. But I'm gonna tap back in with y'all.